Hi, I am Renate Moore. Welcome to Let's Cook and Just Eat, where I will be showing you my methods and shortcuts to making healthy and delicious meals using fresh ingredients and vegetables. Today, in honor of fall, which is my favorite season, I am making autumn butternut squash soup, a recipe from my cookbook, Just Eat Pure and Simple Cooking. Now, when I first learned about this lovely vegetable gourd, butternut squash, I just couldn't figure out the cutting and the peeling, and I struggled. I really, as you can see, I tried this, I've tried the peeler, and I just end up hurting my fingers. And then finally, not anymore, because I found in the grocery store, ta-da, peeled and diced butternut squash. So all I do is shop, bring it home, and when I'm ready to cook, give it a good rinse and then get it going. So now let's get cooking butternut squash soup. Okay, now we are getting ready to chop the vegetables. Lovely red peppers, yellow bell peppers, onions, and of course some celery. And I love bell peppers. You will notice when I'm cooking, I will always start out with my bell peppers, especially red and yellow. Those are my favorite. Orange ones too, but red and yellow are my most favorite. Then we have our onions. Being in the kitchen is about experimenting. That's how you build the joy of cooking. That's how it, growing up, I was always cooking with my mom. She, at a young age of 7, I was in the kitchen. She was teaching me how to dice vegetables and start stirring, and that's how I learned to cook. Garlic. No fanciness, just go at your own pace. Just don't cut your fingers. It's nice smash. Garlic is off, and then you clean up after. Don't worry about, oh, I need to be extra careful about making a mess. It's about cooking. Lovely celery stalk. See that? Listen to the crunch of this. Beautiful. So the sounds and the flavor of cooking stimulates your senses. That's it. Look at this lovely blend of vegetables. Fresh and healthy. Add a fresh ground black pepper, some salt, and these are all to your taste and flavor. That's how, with the flexibility and practicality of cooking to your taste. Once we let this cook now, I like to let the butternut squash caramelize for a bit. So I would let this cook for maybe 3 minutes, and then after that, then I add my broth and my bay leaf. Then we cover it and let this simmer and cook for about 8 to 9 minutes. And then the butternut squash will soften, and by then I'll show you the next step. That's how we will put it in the blender, puree it, and then put this all together and just eat. So now we're getting ready to move on to the next step. As you can see, after 8 minutes or so, it's nicely cooked and softened. And we're going to pop this into the blender and puree it so we can have a nice smooth texture, and then we'll put it into the pot and continue cooking and putting it together. So here it goes. Don't forget, we take out the bay leaf. So here we go. And what I do, so I don't have trips along the way and extra cleaning up to do, we just do this if any get in here, well then you can just pour it into the blender as well. But this is what we're going to do. And when you put your lid on the blender, be sure to just pop this a little bit so the steam can come out and we don't have a big explosion and a mess. And so you'll do this in a couple of batches, maybe 2 or 3 even, so that your blender is not full to the top and it overflows. But that's it. And then you just pour it back into your pot. It's okay to have spills, you're in the kitchen. This is it. Soup is all together. You can check for your texture. If you like it thick, then you let it simmer for some until you have a nice thick texture. If you like it thin, you can add a little bit more of broth or water. Then you taste for your flavor whether you want more black pepper or salt, and it's made to your taste. And then we garnish with some fresh chopped parsley. And now you have a delicious pot of soup made with fresh vegetables in just a few simple steps. And this is how you can get food fast on the table rather than fast food on the table. You can get this recipe and all of the others in this series from my cookbook, Just Eat Pure and Simple Cooking, available at ladyrans.com.